Let me say something that might bother you. The smartest doctors I know are often the most stuck, and it has nothing to do with how good they are. In fact, the thing that made you successful is probably the exact thing keeping you stuck right now. So, if your practice feels heavier than it should, this is probably why. You built something real, full schedule, patients getting results, people depending on you. From the outside, it looks like it's working. But behind the scenes, you're needed for everything. Growth feels harder, not easier, and adding more just adds more. That's not a motivation problem. It's not even a time problem. It's how your entire model is built. And most doctors never question it. You were trained to be excellent, precise, thorough, hands on, fully responsible for the outcome. That's what makes you a great clinician. But it also creates a trap because now quality equals you, results, your time, care equals your direct involvement. So every time you try to grow, you hit the same wall. Work more or risk lowering quality. That's not scaling, that's stretching. And here's the part you need to hear. That model, it doesn't break immediately. It works until it doesn't, which is why so many smart doctors stay in it longer than they should. We tell ourselves, my patients are different. They need something specific. I can't standardize this. And it kind of reminds me of that 1-800 contacts commercial that we all hated that was like, you and your special eyes.
Look with your special eyes.
My brand. I'm such a fool.
And remember, and it's like, it was kind of them being a jerk, but also kind of true because when you've seen so many contact lens patients and with this type of cornea, with this type of wear schedule, with this type of career, with this type of astigmatism or whatever their prescriptions are, you know what contact you're going to fit that person with. It's not this algebraic conversion that you're doing. You know it because you have so much experience that you can just kind of like rattle that out. And that's not because it's easy. It's because you have all of those years of experience. So you know which contact is going to work or which two you're going to decide between. Same thing with vision therapy. We've seen so many patients over the years that I can pretty much look at an intake form and tell you what the patient's diagnoses are, and I think that you probably feel the same way. Like our exams are corroborating what we're already suspecting from what their symptoms are, what that they're coming in with, from what their career is, from what career they've decided to choose, what they're saying they can no longer do. We kind of know what to expect from our findings. And so then from our findings, we can know what the treatment plan should look like. And it seems like we're making decisions in real time. But what we're doing is we're tapping into the knowledge that we've developed over all of these years of experience. And the problem is, it looks like decisions. So then it makes us think that nobody else can do what we do because only we can do it. And the only reason that only we can do it is because we haven't written down what all of those years of experience has taught us and what that means. So, if your results depend on this constant decision making, this constant customization, then your practice will always depend on you. High performing systems don't rely on constant decisions, and yours doesn't either. They rely on structure, process, defined pathways. That's what creates consistency. That's what creates scale. And right now, it's just living in your head. So, what I don't really want to say, but I kind of need to, is a lot of times we get used to being needed and we kind of like it. Your patients rely on you, your team relies on you. You're the one who knows what to do. And it feels good. But it also locks you in place because the more your practice depends on you, the less it can function without you. At some point, you realize you didn't build a business, you built a role. You actually built a job, and it's a job that you can't step out of. The doctors who actually break out of this, They don't work harder. They work differently and they think differently. They stop asking, how do I do more? And start asking, how do I build something that works without me doing everything? That's where everything starts to change. Because once you shift the structure, you can still deliver incredible care. You can still get the same results, but you're no longer the bottleneck holding everything together. You become the one designing it. So, if you feel stuck right now, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you've outgrown the model you were trained in. And the next level is going to require something different. In the next episode, I'm going to show you something most doctors completely misdiagnose in their own practices. They think they have a time problem. Shh, they don't. They have a model problem. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. If this resonates with you, like and subscribe and share it with a friend. I'll see you in the next one.